Subpoenas go out for Hunter Biden and James Biden, and they're not alone. A lot of other Biden crime family members got subpoenas as well, and letters from Congress. You see here, Sara Biden, Hallie Biden, Cohen-Biden, and others involved with the Biden crime family, people like Tony Bobulinski, got letters, but those are in addition to these subpoenas, the documents we are going to go through today. Here, Hunter Biden got one, so did James Biden, and Rob Walker did as well. Now, before we take a look at the press release that came out from Oversight, here is James Comer signing these puppies, and boy, does he look like he's enjoying it. You see him there, a lefty, shout out. He's got some lighting in the background for his court appearances, and he's got those cufflinks, baby. And watch as that left hand kind of just comes out like he's cocking a gun. Boom, cha-ching, boom, and there it is. Watch this happen. I don't think we have any audio on this, but there it is, ready to go. Boom, sign that puppy. James Comer got a little bit of a hook hand going. I can relate to that. And give me another one. I'm ready for the next one. Watch this one. Clap that down. Watch this one. Boom, let me sign this subpoena. Ooh, that feels good. Sign it right there on the bottom right. We're going to look at all these documents here in a short minute, but there is another one. The third subpoena going out to the Biden crime family associates. A day's work done. Sign that pen, baby. Put that in timekeeper box. This is what the subpoenas look like, my friends. Now we're going to go through them. We're also going to read the press release. Ian Sams is going to respond to that, and we'll take a look at the letters. This is what Oversight said from their publication today. Comer issues subpoenas to the Biden family and associates. You see here, Comer issued subpoenas to Hunty Poo, Brother James, and Rob Walker to appear for depositions, a congressional deposition. Comer also requested additional members of the Biden family and their associates appear for transcribed interviews. And so we've got a bunch of subpoenas, 3 subpoenas, and a bunch of letters to go through. The Oversight Committee released all these things. This is according to the Oversight Committee. They say financial records show that the Biden family, everybody, set up over 20 shell companies, most of which were created when Joe was VP. They received over $24 million from foreign nationals over the course of 5 years, including millions from China, Russia, Ukraine, Romania, Kazakhstan. Devin Archer, a Biden family associate, said that Joe Biden was, quote, the brand. They were all trading on his name. And recently, the Oversight Committee identified 2 checks identified as loan repayments from James and Sara Biden, money laundered from China. And we remember what those checks look like. They were big, juicy checks right here. See who signed this one right here? Sara Biden, 40 grand right there. So we're asking, well, what are all these family members involved for? We're going to hear people from the White House saying, they're family, they're private citizens, leave them alone. But why are they so involved in these loan repayments? Very curious. They say the American people needs to learn the truth about this. Here are the various links for all the various subpoenas and letters, and let's just get right to them and see what is inside. The first one, of course, the big one, subpoena by authority of the House of Representatives of the Congress of the United States of America, directed to Robert Hunter Biden. You are hereby commanded to be and appear before the Committee on Oversight and Accountability of the House of Representatives of these United States at the time and location below. You are ordered to testify at a deposition touching matters of inquiry committed to said committee or subcommittee, and you are not to depart without leave of said committee or subcommittee. Date of the testimony, December 13th, 2023, 9:30 a.m. at the Rayburn House Office Building. Mark your calendars, my friends. Sending this one and this subpoena to any staff member or designated official at the United States Marshal Service to go and serve this upon Hunty and his team. Signed and sealed from the United States House of Representatives, Washington, D.C., November 8th, 2023, by James Comer, Chairman of the Oversight Committee. So that's a big one. That's a pretty spicy subpoena to go out there. And we're looking forward to Hunter Biden probably not showing up. We'll see what he does, and we'll see what James Comer does about this, because remember, the way that people who deny subpoenas, the way it goes for them, people like Steve Bannon and Peter Navarro, is Congress refers the failure over to the Department of Justice, and the Department of Justice prosecutes them. So in this case, if Comer gets Hunter to not appear, and he willfully ignores a subpoena, Comer is going to refer this over to who? The DOJ. Hunter's dad runs it, and they've been corrupted for decades, and more recently, differently in Hunter's specific case. So they're not going to be prosecuting him. Now, that was over to Hunter. James Biden, the president's bro, who got a lot of so-called loans and who's also been involved in the Hunter Biden chain and trail of criminality, also gets a subpoena. Here's what this one says. Same thing. By authority of the House of Representatives of the Congress of the United States, to James Biden, you are hereby commanded to appear in Congress in front of the Oversight Committee at a deposition, but you're coming in first, December 6, 9:30 a.m. at the Rayburn House. Signed and sealed, James Comer, authorized by the House of Representatives Oversight Committee. We also got this guy, John Robinson Walker, got a subpoena. Same story for him, deposition. He's coming in even before the both of them. He'll be there at the end of November, possibly. James Comer signing off on this one as well. And so those subpoenas are now delivered to the Marshal Service, and of course they'll be hopefully serving those if they don't put them in the shredder or ignore them. But we also had letters, and so these letters are largely the same. Now, actually, before we get to these letters, I want to show you what Ian Sams said in response to this. Ian Sams is one of the spokespeople, special advisor to the president, and he does a lot of the propaganda for them. He says, Hallie Biden is the widow of the president's deceased son, Bo. We're going to read the letter to her, right? And poor Hallie is a victim. She's a widow, but I'm pretty sure Hallie had a weird relationship with Hunty. Like, I think they got together and did the old hibbity-dibbity over there. I don't know if they were on crack together or what, but, you know, who knows what's going on in that family. So Hallie is highly involved in it. Melissa Cohen is the president's daughter-in-law. Elizabeth Secundy is her sister, is Hallie's sister. They're all private citizens. They say Comer should be ashamed of desperately resorting to nasty personal smears like this one. Yeah, right. Let's take a look at the letters. This one went over to Hallie Biden, right? This is the widow. They say, all right, Hallie, the House committee is investigating whether sufficient grounds exist to impeach Joe Biden. We're writing you for information. Now, we've reviewed bank accounts of entities and individuals associated with Biden, and this review uncovered a pattern of financial complexity concerning to us. As detailed in an impeachment memo that we read through here, and the Oversight Committee's bank memoranda, the Biden family used corporate bank accounts of third-party associates, maybe people like you, Hallie, to receive wires from foreign companies and from foreign nationals. The Biden business associates then dispersed money to various Biden family members in incremental payments over time, footnote 4 from the memos. So Hallie, evidence shows that President Biden was at least aware of some of his family's business ventures and sought to influence potential business deals that financially benefited the family. Indeed, a business associate called Devin Archer testified how Biden was the brand used in retaining businesses and that Joe Biden met with some of the foreign nationals who paid the family. Committees have identified you, Hallie, as possessing info relevant to their investigation and their testimony, and so we're making this request to you. In particular, here's what we found out about you. The committee has reviewed bank records that showed that you, Hallie, have received tens of thousands of dollars from Hunter's domestic and international business associates. For example, bank records show that in March of 2017, Robinson Walker LLC, they sent you $25,000, which originated from an entity affiliated with a Chinese energy company called CEFC. Through a similar series of complicated financial transactions, Joe Biden also got proceeds from CEFC. We covered that story here. Additionally, Hallie, you received $10,000 from the same company, Robinson Walker, in February 2017 after payments from a Cypriot company controlled by Romanian business associates of Hunter Biden initiated this. The committees now want to understand how this worked. We've identified the framework. We're investigating the national security implications of foreign money funneled into families and how it relates to members' income. And so we're going to craft legislation that allows us to investigate this. And so we want more transparency. That's why we're sending you this letter. The rest of this is boilerplate stuff. Sincerely, your friends, James Comer and Jim Jordan. That's why we're asking you, Hallie, make yourself available for a transcribed interview with the committee counsel. Call these people to schedule and do it by November 15th, or else Congress will do something. We'll see. So that went over to Hallie. Now, many of these letters are going to follow the same format, and so I don't want to belabor the point. Let's just see where the good stuff is. This one goes over to the other Mrs. Biden, and this was Sara Biden. Okay, so this is James's brother. So this is the sister who wrote the check. James' wife. Okay, so Mrs. Biden is Mrs. James Biden. She signed the check that we just looked at. They say, okay, Sara, we got questions for you. In particular, the committee seeks information about payments that have been made from your personal bank account to your brother-in-law, Joe Biden, the president, Sara. For example, the Oversight Committee has recently released information showing that Biden, Joe, received money originating from China via yourself and Hunter. On November 1st, for example, the Oversight Committee released a fourth bank record memo which revealed that you issued a $40,000 $100,000 check from your personal bank account to Joe Biden, originating from Chinese money that Hunter demanded as part of his CEFC deal. We also identified your company, Sara, the Lion Hall Group, as receiving significant payments from Hudson West 3. This and additional payments the Oversight Committee has identified represent approximately $250,000 benefit to the president based on his family business dealings, and so we have questions for you, Sara. So we're going to be crafting legislation about it. Why don't you also make yourself available for an interview? Sincerely, Comer and Jordan. We also got this one. This one is to Mr. Passatino. Passatino says, here is another person. Now, they want information about Bobulinski, saying that the committees are aware that your client has spoken about previous business activities with James and Hunter Biden, and we've got questions about the narrative that your client gave to the FBI in 2020. It says your client's own account. It says Mr. Bobulinski has confirmed to have participated in these activities with other Bidens, like John Rob Walker, a member of the Biden family. James Biden has been involved as well. And so that went over to Passatino. This one went over to Miss Cohen-Biden, who I think is the sister-in-law. Melissa Cohen-Biden is the president's daughter-in-law. Okay, so she also got one. And the daughter-in-law, they've identified $20 million, and they say that she received proceeds from a foreign source. This source is concerning, and we want information from you. So not much details about her. And then lastly, this one went over to Miss Secundy. And Miss Secundy, as we know, is the sister of Hallie Biden. She got some Biden money as well. They say Miss Secundy, sister-in-law, sister to Hallie. So it would be like Hunter's, I don't even know what it is, but yeah, all right. So she's here, and she gets another letter. They say to her, a short one. We're investigating national security implications. We've identified bank records that show you, Secundy, have gotten tens of thousands of dollars from Hunter directly. Why is Hunter paying all these people? We're aware that Hunter used Owasco to receive proceeds from foreign national banks, and bank records show you got 20 grand from his professional corporation. And so we seek to understand services you may have provided Owasco. And additionally, a recent release of messages from the Ways and Means Committee references significant payments to you from Hunter Biden. Why did you receive this money from Hunter? Very good question. So, my friends, as you can see, there was a lot that came out today. James Comer signing 3 new subpoenas for Hunter Biden, James Biden, and Rob Walker. We've got letters going out to a bunch of other people, and we know the format here. Would you please show up? First request. Would you pretty please show up? Second request. There's usually a subpoena threat, then there's a subpoena. And so we'll see if these people play ball or not. We'll see if Hunter and James play ball or not. We'll continue to cover this one, of course, my friends, as the Biden crime family marches on. We're certainly looking forward to more of the connections being revealed by the Oversight Committee and others, and we'll be here to continue to cover it. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for checking out robertgovea.com to sign up for our daily newsletter. That way you get all of these segments translated into reports delivered right to your inbox, PDF files. Everything is uploaded on robertgovea.com, and we'll be looking forward to seeing you there and back here on the next one.